is 6:45 in the morning, and I'm heading down to catch a car or taxi on the way to the airport for my border run. Now all I need is a taxi.
Despite having a non-immigrant Thai visa and a work permit, the Thai government still requires that once every 90 days I exit the country. Ostensibly, this is so the immigration department can run my police records and ensure I've stayed out of trouble. However, for retiree visas and certain other categories, you don't have to exit the country. A trip to the immigration department is sufficient. Most of the time, I travel frequently enough that I don't have to conduct any border runs. This week, however, I was flipping through my passport in advance of next week's trip to Taipei when I suddenly discovered that my 90-day entry stamp expired 6 days before my flight. Bad planning on my part. An hour of online shopping turned up a relatively inexpensive flight to Singapore on Jetstar Asia, so 2 days later I was on my way. The flight was smooth enough for a low-cost carrier. I forked out an extra 500 baht, about $13 US, for an exit row seat. During the flight, a large and loud tour group of mainland Chinese was sitting behind me. The flight attendants had to keep shooing them out of the exit row seats and back to their originally assigned seats. At one point, one of the tourists was arguing with the flight attendant during the food and beverage service. I imagine that she was saying that she should be allowed to sit in the exit row seats even though she hadn't paid for it. On approach to Singapore, the captain advised us of thunderstorms and heavy rain in the vicinity of the airport. Sure enough, on short final approach, about 60 seconds before touching down, wind shear hit us, and we made a sudden drop, eliciting screams from many passengers. The pilots throttled up the engines, and we executed a missed approach and go-around, adding 20 minutes to the flight and quite a bit of excitement, too.
So we've made it here to Singapore in one piece after a rather interesting 2.5-hour ride on Jetstar Asia. Back half of the plane was filled with a mainland China tour group who I don't think gets out very much. The Thai people sitting in front of me were complaining about their rudeness and loud behavior. It was quite funny.
With only a few hours in Singapore, I headed into town to purchase some copies of British Vogue for Ton and meet my friend Otto for a quick bite of lunch at Vivo City, Singapore's largest mall.
Kind of a noodle soup. Looks quite good. Definitely worth the ride into town. To get a taste of the efficiency that is Singapore, I decided on my way back out to the airport that I would try their rail system, the Singapore Metropolitan Rapid Transit or Mass Rapid Transit. And it's incredibly efficient and very smooth, and it runs all the way to the airport. In fact, here's my train right now. Half an hour before boarding, and I'm starving, so I'm not going to wait to buy any of that buy-on-board food, which is going to be terrible anyhow, right? So I stopped at everyone's favorite coffee shop, Starbucks. Yeah, I know it's a big corporate chain, but they're a client of mine, so it's okay, right? Well, I hope so. Well, it's been a long day here in dreary, rainy Singapore, to and from, but I'm checked out of the country officially and just a few minutes away from boarding on my Jetstar flight back to Bangkok, the land of smiles. Big mango. Can't wait to get home.